I also decided to work on the plant side of the exhibit because I originally started working at the Arboretum here, as well as then eventually the greenhouse, as I got an opportunity to water on the weekends with Ben. So kind of through that, and through Ben's teaching and just overall fascination with plants in the greenhouse, he kind of guided me to become more interested in the plant side of the design. So can't wait to see what I can kind of do with that.
What made me want to join the greenhouse was honestly working with Ben. I just really like his personality and the information that he has, and all the knowledge that he has about all the plants. And I really wanted to have that knowledge as well and learn that knowledge.
I think as I've moved through my semesters, I've discovered more and more that I'm most interested in the plant side of things, like working directly with plants, working outdoors. So my interests lie most directly with the plant side of landscape architecture.
This is my first time doing forcing for the flower show. I had participated in it 2 years ago. It was an outdoor event though in the summertime, so it was much simpler. You just got to buy the plants from the nursery, arrange them, and that was it. However, because this is an indoor event in early spring, there's a lot of really fascinating physiological sort of signals that you need to kind of trick the plant into to get it to leaf out or flower in time for the convention. So it's a lot of trickery where you make the plant colder than it would be normally and then bring it inside to a warmer, humid environment that then convinces the plant that oh, it's springtime, I need to get on it.
Being able to force our own plants for our exhibit gives us the opportunity to both be more flexible with regards to our plant material. We are able to grow unusual native plants that most people would not be able to source commercially. It also gives our students hands-on experience working in the greenhouse with plant production, plant timing, and things like that.
I think through working in the greenhouse, I kind of get a little bit of a better understanding of, per se, plant communities that we are trying to educate people through the exhibit. So I get to understand them a little better and why we're placing specific plants here and there to kind of showcase the best educational experience, and also just kind of gets me a deeper understanding of the process of how everything kind of comes together as we install it down at the convention center. So it's just nice to see not just our process through design, but the process of the plants as well.
So typically I'm involved in just the day-to-day, either pest management, moving certain plants from the hoop house to the greenhouse, watering, fertilizing, and just doing some general weeding around the greenhouse.
In terms of the flower show, it helps me know directly what's going to be planted. So when I'm designing, I can imagine the plants that I'm going to use because I've been working here and looking at them and working with them.
So far, a lot of my directed study has involved the wetland, which is really exciting. Wetland ecosystems are some of my all-time favorites. In particular, I've been collecting certain wetland species, which has been really great, specifically Azolla carolinea and then skunk cabbage, which are two of, in my opinion, all-time top natives ever. It's been really interesting to engage with those plants in their environment before we bring them in for a sort of decorative display.
We're using around 60 different kinds of plants this year for our flower show exhibit, focusing on plants that are both native to this region as well as invasive. So riparian plants are going to be included, so things like sambucus, elderberry, skunk cabbage, equisetum, juncus, other native wetland plants. We're also including a dock in our theme, so we're looking at plants that have been brought in, perhaps unintentionally. So things like empress tree, Paulownia tomentosa, which is now considered an invasive species in our region, but was originally introduced via packing material for crates and things that were packed like china, fragile items.
I think that this plant experience not only further develops my knowledge of the plants that I'm working around with, especially because there are many native plant communities, but also just kind of gives a great chance to showcase my portfolio of the work that I've done and how just involves some of the projects that I'm working with, especially through this flower show. Other projects are awesome to work with through my education, but they're more conceptual, but this is showcasing actual implementation of working with the plants as well as my design.
It means a lot. When I was first coming in here as a horticulture student and I saw all the preparation that was going into the flower show, I was in absolute awe. This is a super special moment. I mean, we're still one of the only exhibits that grows our own plants for our exhibit, and it means a lot. And for someone that has didn't really know where they were going in life, and had confusion here and there, this is just super special to me, and it means a lot. And it is really it shows like growth, and I'm just super proud of what I'm doing and helping Temple Ambler in their flower show exhibit.
So the benefit of learning about the plants and at the greenhouse probably would be, as I said, like I'm most interested in the plant aspect. So like whatever career I end up doing, I hope to be working really closely with the plants. So I would say it's like really applicable for me specifically in what I'll end up doing.
Being a part of this exhibit in the flower show is just a really nice way to end my time at Temple Ambler. It's a beautiful full circle moment. The flower show is what kind of brought me into professional horticulture, and having my educational horticultural career come to a close with the flower show feels like a really nice place to cap it off.
For our students, being able to have this hands-on experience working with the plants, this gives them the opportunity to plan ahead, try to do plant production, do timing, because we are trying to get these plants to either foliate or leaf out or flower for a very short window of time. So there's a lot of planning that goes into that, and a lot of forethought, and also reacting to how plants are changing. It also gives them a hands-on experience using our greenhouse controls, trying to manipulate plants with regard to light and temperature.